In this video, we're going to be going over the expectations for the class and an overview as far as what it is that you'll be doing in BUS225 Human Relations. Now, when you log into Canvas and you open up the class, you'll see the landing page, all right, the home page here, and you'll see the three most recent announcements in this area here. You can also go here to the announcements at any point in time and read the announcements that are there. Over here, you have instructor information. Here's some background on me, some of my background and some of my experience. You have access to the syllabus. So the syllabus is here. You can get to it anytime you want. You have the modules section. Now, one of the things I suggest you do is focus in on the modules section and go through that each week. Each week, you'll see in the modules section that you have a Read Me First, which has a listing of the assignments that need to be done. And you'll see that there's, you watch a video lecture and read the chapter in the text. You might have one or two discussion boards to participate in, a quiz to do for a chapter, and then also a mini paper to do for the chapter where you're answering communication skills questions. So you have each of the assignments within that week's module. So within the week, everything that you need is right there. So you have the assignments and you have the instructions for it. You have the PowerPoint file, the PowerPoints that I actually go through in the lecture video. You have quizzes to do, you have discussion boards to do, and then you have your weekly mini papers. The quizzes are locked until a particular date. Quizzes are open from Monday at 8 o'clock until Thursday at midnight. You have to get your quiz done anytime that you want between those times. The thing is, once you start, you have 10 minutes to finish. Discussion boards. Discussion boards are all out there, and what you do is you have your initial post answering the question due by Thursday, and then you have 3 significant responses to others due by Sunday. So you have your discussion boards, and then you also have your mini papers where you are answering some of the communication skills questions for some of the chapters, 2 to 3 pages. As you go through the various modules, you see each week has the instructions, the PowerPoint for the chapter. You'll have the video lectures where I'm going through all of that, quizzes, discussions, and then the mini papers. Now, in several weeks, you're going to have some extra credit opportunities. The extra credit opportunity is watching a particular movie and analyzing that movie in regards to the concepts that we've talked about for the class up to that point. So, for example, in week 3, you have an opportunity for some extra credit where you are doing you're watching a movie, 12 Angry Men in this case, and instead of the regular mini paper where you're answering the questions for the communication skills, what you're doing is you are analyzing the movie and applying the concepts of the previous weeks to that movie. And you can see there's some questions to answer that goes along with that. You can earn up to another 15 points. So the mini paper for the movies are actually worth 25 points instead of 10. So you have several opportunities for extra credit. And you can see each week has all of the things that you need for that week within the modules. You can also access the quizzes from here where it says quizzes. You can see that it tells you when they are available and when they're due. Each one is worth 10 points, and there are 5 questions. Each question is worth 2 points each. You can also get to the discussions from here. So you have the various weekly discussions that go along with those things. You can also access the assignments. All the assignments are right in here. They are set up in date order. You also have access to your grades. Now your grades, you can see your grades at any one point in time. Always go to that to see where it is that you stand. I do everything I can to turn things around within 24 to 48 hours. So you know where you stand throughout every week. People who are in the class is right here, and then also McGraw-Hill Connect. This is where you can access the text. And then at the end of the class, you have your course evaluations. Now, let's look at the syllabus and go through the syllabus and some of the key things to think about for that. And let's zoom it up a bit. You have my contact information. Okay, get in touch with me anytime you want. If you have a question of some sort, call me anytime. Send me an email anytime. You have your course description as far as what the human relations course is all about, and then also the objectives as far as what it is we're actually going to be accomplishing over the semester. Day one program, in other words, the text is available online through the day one program, and you can get to it from within the course anytime you want. There are instructions as far as how to do the day one program in case you haven't done it before. And so there are instructions. There's also a video as far as how to make sure that you connect to it. Now, each week is going to go from Monday to Sunday. In that week, you have your readings for the chapter, you have your quizzes to be done, you have your lecture video where I go through the PowerPoints and provide other information as far as the chapter is concerned. Participate in a discussion and do your mini paper. Again, quizzes, you can do them anytime between 8 o'clock Monday and 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon. Once you start, you have 10 minutes to finish. Each quiz is worth 10 points. There are going to be 5 questions in each quiz. Doesn't take long. The whole idea behind it is to reinforce some of the concepts behind the chapter. You have your discussion forums. Your initial post is due by Thursday, and 3 significant responses by Sunday. Now, that is the minimum. To improve your grade, what you do is you get busy participating in the discussion earlier in the week and more often. Remember, meeting minimums is just average. That is a C grade. So if all you do is the minimum, which is the initial post by Thursday, 3 responses to others by Sunday, that's a C. Again, it's like at work, all right? At work, those who do only the minimum, just enough to keep from getting fired, they don't get the bonuses, the promotions, the raises, things like that. In order to get the bonuses and promotions and raises, you have to go above and beyond. And so meeting minimums is a C. That's fine if that's all you want to do. To improve the grade, get involved. Bring in new information. Bring in new articles and things to prove your point. Each week, you'll write a 2 to 3 page mini paper where you're answering the discussion questions at the end of the chapters. Just 1 paper per week. You don't have to do 1 for each chapter, just 1 per week. And you can choose, on the weeks where we have 2 chapters, you can choose which questions you want to answer between the 2 questions. And again, you have 3 extra credit opportunities where you're watching a movie and then analyzing that with the concepts from the course. Week 3, you have the opportunity to watch 12 Angry Men. Week 5, Stand and Deliver. Week 6, Remember the Titans. And so there's some opportunities there for some extra credit. And again, what you do is you write your paper analyzing the movie as your mini paper. You don't have to do both, the mini paper answering the questions and the movie at the same time. On the last week, you're going to have a 5 to 10 page final reflection paper where you're stepping back and saying, over the semester, what were the key things that I learned and how will I use those things? That's going to be one of the main things, is thinking about what it is you're actually going to be doing to use the learnings. We can talk about theory and things like that all day long. Until you put together a plan, you will not really start to implement and utilize those things. The more specific you can get your plan, the higher the probability you'll actually put them into place. And so think about that 5 to 10 page reflection and action paper as a 50-50 split. About 50% descriptions specifically as far as what it is that you learned, what were those concepts, and then the other 50% your action plan. How am I going to use them? I do not take late work. Unless you have contacted me and you know that something's going to be coming up and you get approval from me as far as submitting something late. That's the only way you can do it. If you forget about what it is you're supposed to be doing and you're trying to turn something in late, it will not be accepted. Instructor expectations. If you contact me, send me an email or something, I promise to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. Normally, I get back to you within the same day. I will make sure that everything is graded. And again, I do my best to turn everything around within 28 to 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours to make sure that you know where it is that you stand. You're expected to attend. All right. Again, I don't accept late work unless you make arrangements ahead of time. You can see how you're going to be assessed. In other words, you can have 7 discussion boards. Each one's worth 10 points. Grand total is 70 points for that. 8 quizzes, 10 points each. There's 80 points. 7 weekly mini papers. There's 70 points. And then you have your final reflection, which is worth 50. So you have a grand total of 270 points to be earned. You can see how it breaks out as far as the grades are concerned. Drop deadlines, that's out on the JCCC web pages. Code of conduct, in other words, act accordingly. All right. Don't cheat. Now, if you need accommodations, please make sure you get in touch with Access Services. You deserve those accommodations, and we make sure that you get those accommodations that are necessary. You need them, so take care of them. Counseling resources, we have plenty of great counselors that can help you out in case something is necessary. In campus safety, we do everything we can to keep you safe. We go through training every year to make sure that you are kept safe on all accounts. Now, then you have the schedule that goes along with the class. You can see in week 1, we're going to be doing some introductions, and then chapter 1. It shows you what it is that, again, that needs to be accomplished each week. It has the chapters to be read, the videos to be watched, the quizzes to be done, discussions, and mini papers. And also let you know as far as when the extra credit is going to be done. So you have all the information that you need right here within Canvas. You have the syllabus, you have the module section. Again, focus in on that module section because each week it's going to show you everything that needs to be done in there. Watch the videos, read the chapters, make sure you take care of things. That's about it for this introduction. If you have questions, please give me a shout.